Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today, if you guys, there's another podcast video, not with Echo Kill Shot. We're taking a bit of a break. Sorry, but we're with my other YouTube buddy here, Recon Trooper.
Hey there, folks. Recon Trooper here, and if you're watching my video, I hope you enjoy the Dying Light and Dead Island gameplay.
Okay, cool. I don't know what you're gonna have on my channel. I'm playing Lego Star Wars right now, but in terms of what you're seeing, I don't know. Who knows? We'll figure it out. But yeah, man, I'm excited. So you told me that you had a bunch of topics. I have one or two, but let's start with yours first. I do want to talk about Dying Light, though. What you think of that?
Yeah, that's the first one, obviously.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Wanted to start with the pros and cons about it that I found. Well, first of all, you like it, so what's your overall view about it? The first one.
Well, I think that the first, it's weird because when I first started playing Dying Light, I wasn't necessarily into the whole zombie genre. I'm still not 100% into it, but before I started that, I was like, I don't know, this is gonna be kind of weird. But it's first person, it's got guns, and there's zombies, and there's parkour, and there's a grappling hook, there's all this cool stuff, and I'm like, I don't know, man, it was like $15. So I'm like, all right, I'll buy it. I'll see what's up. And I instantly fell in love with it. I think that, look, the voice acting is not the best. The campaign's whatever. It's fun. But I think that the open world of Haran and whatever the other one is, like New something, it's definitely, I mean, it's one of my favorite video games of all time. And that's what's crazy to me, is that I wasn't expecting it to be that, and it turned out to be this gigantic, fun, open-world adventure. And, of course, with Dead Island, I haven't played that. I own it, but I haven't played it. And, we have Dead Island 2 coming out in a month or two or whatever, and, of course, Dying Light 2 is out, which I think is even better than the first. But overall, for the first game, yeah, I think it's a fun game. It blew me away, and it's still a lot of fun to play. But what are your thoughts?
Well, first the cons, and I'll be comparing this to Dead Island as I go.
Okay.
But the first is some cons that I had because I figure the bad before the good is a better way of doing it.
Yes.
So the first con I have is about the lock picks, and I appreciate what they were going for, like a real, like actually having to pick the lock, but you have to rely on the controller vibration to do it properly, and it's a real pain when your controller's batteries are dying. So, and then you kind of, especially on the very hard, it's impossible to open when you have no vibration.
Trust me, I would know. It can suck. I think it's kind of like Skyrim, but yeah,
and
I don't know. It's weird.
Another thing too is they should have had some sort of skill that allows for lockpicking to get easier. So, like, once you have the skill, and very hard locks act almost like just regular hard locks.
Right.
And, it's really frustrating because I've broken about 30 lock picks on one very hard lock.
Yeah.
Yeah. First time I tried to open a police van, and it's just, headache doesn't even begin to describe it.
Yeah, it tests your patience.
So I think they should have had a skill and maybe even like a little bar or something just in case, the vibration does die in the controller temporarily. You have at least a little bar to help you know like which way to turn.
Yeah.
But
you think they would have done
that's
that?
kind of... What?
Now that you mention it, they should have done that, like a skill.
Yeah, and so that's my first con. I'm trying not to take up the whole video talking about all the cons and pros I have.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot. But the second one is in Dead Island, you have workbenches that you can repair weapons at. I think I mentioned this last podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And you can repair weapons unlimitedly. Like, there's no 4 repairs and then you have to trash the weapon.
Huh.
Whereas that's the case in Dying Light. And, especially when you have a weapon you really like to use, not all the time, but, you don't want to get rid of it just because, but you have to when the repairs run out. And the skill that's supposed to reduce how you having to repair a weapon isn't entirely reliable.
That is true.
And so, but what I do like about it is you can repair weapons on the go, whereas workbenches is in Dead Island you have to find, and sometimes they're guarded by, what are called punks. They're the human bad guys.
Okay.
And you have to find them. But having unlimited repairs kind of is nice to have instead of having to find weapon after weapon because all the other ones keep breaking after so many repairs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice little detail they added. It keeps the gameplay flowing.
Yeah, but like in Dead Island, I have so many weapons that I like to use, and I switch between them. I'm not married to any one or even 2 weapons.
Right.
I like to alternate every time before I turn the game off, I swap my weapons out for some other weapons to use next time I go play on it.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
just
cool.
Yeah. It's
But
just kind of a.
In terms of Dying Light 1, what do you think about the movement, like the parkour and the grappling hook? I mean, I'm assuming you beat the game, right? Or close?
Yeah, I beat the main game and the following.
Okay.
And another con coming your way.
Right.
The grappling hook isn't 100% reliable because first few times I tried to use it, I swear I was close to an edge, but he never grabs it, and then I just fall to my death.
Yeah.
And,
that'll happen.
And that happened in the in the slums. There's that train yard, and then there's those massive green walls up top, and I kept dying on trying to grab those. But when it does work, it's actually pretty effective, and I like the like some of the movements, like being able to grab things. Like in Dead Island, all you can do is jump and crouch. But it's but in Dying Light, like they really revamped the movement in that you can do, and
I mean,
some of the things I like really too is like the ramming, when you just can ram through a horde of zombies. And there's also like what's called vault, where you jump on the zombie and then you can stun them for a few seconds. And so, yeah, I like doing those things. So the grappling hook is not entirely reliable, so I just kind of it's that's
No,
what I think about it.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, in terms of, because from what I understand, I'm trying to get this stuff right. Dead Island 1 is not necessarily like a parkour game, so to speak. Like, you can jump and all that, but it's not like you're jumping from rooftop to rooftop like a total BA. So in a sense, Dying Light 1 is, I think, the first game from that studio to be a parkour game. Have you ever given any thought into Dying Light 2?
Well, yes, but the thing that turned me off was when I read there were apparently no guns.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, there's a butt ton of melee weapons.
I read no guns, and I'm like, well, forget that then.
Yeah, I mean, it really isn't. You hardly notice it after maybe like an hour. You know what I mean? But like, it definitely is kind of an impediment toward that. But I mean, dude, the parkour in Dying Light 2 was like leagues better. It's insane.
Yeah, well, maybe
one day. All right, we'll leave it at
Dead
that.
Dead Island isn't entirely like a firearms game. It's all about the melee weapons, but at least there's still firearms.
Right. Yeah. No, I get you.
So
now, are you?
But the gameplay actually that I recorded, you'll see me using a couple of guns that I modded, and one of them is called a Deathbringer, where it's like a black double barrel shotgun, and you get that in the Hell Raid expansion.
Well, that's cool.
It can sometimes set guys on fire, and you'll see if you watch my thing when I post it, you'll see me using it. And then there's also a rifle that's called the E23 Eraser, and it kind of looks like a Halo weapon almost.
I'll have to watch that. I don't even know if I have that gun or weapon, whatever. That's cool.
It's in a bundle called the Astronaut bundle.
Okay. So
but
DLC.
it's a laser gun, and it's actually pretty cool. The only thing that's weird about it is the sound effect. It almost sounds like somebody literally going pew, pew, the whole time.
Yeah, it's like a Lego game.
But it really is handy to have, and it also sets guys on fire sometimes.
Oh, sweet.
And the reloading is quite unique. It's almost like he just pulls the energy pack or whatever, the laser's ammo thing, and he just pulls it out and puts a new one in, and that's it. There's no like cocking anything. And and so
that's so cool though.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool gun. There's a number of guns too that I modded. I've got more than enough shotguns because there's so many mods that I can do for those. And but the Deathbringer is the one I recorded so far.
Okay.
But and then there's the bow and arrow that I unlocked in Hell Raid as well. It's called Corrupted Justice, and it's a pretty decent bow. It kind of has this slight glow on it, like it's a purple, almost velvet glow. You'll also see it, and it's cool.
I don't use the bow and arrows too much in both Dying Lights. I'm not sure why. I'm more of a...
well, I guess we all have our preference, right?
Yeah, that is true. But
I like the crossbow from... well, it's not directly from the following, but it's a part of another bundle. It's called the Gust of Wind, and it's basically like a golden crossbow with some red touches to it, and it's pretty good to have too. So
that's cool.
I didn't record that.
I gotta get more of these weapons, man.
Yeah.
Now, are you looking forward
Well, actually, something I wanted to ask is there's an achievement on Dying Light 1 where it asks to complete a mission with a co-op partner. And I looked, and you don't have the achievement for like completing all side quests and stuff. So I was wondering if maybe you'd like to help me get that.
I definitely would if I had Xbox Live. As soon as because I'm going to be getting it soon to film. I might help Echo Killshot play Elden Ring. He's stuck on a boss. So if I can do that, I will definitely do that because I want to get that achievement too.
As well, you'd be getting 2 achievements because you'd also be getting the co-op one and the side quest one. So you've got 97% so on the side quest one. So somewhere you have someone to help still.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can do that for sure.
I'd have to join yours though because I'm done and you can't cheat and be all done mine. So
I can't cheat? Oh man.
I know it sucks, but
yeah, darn it. But that's cool. I'm glad you like it. Now, are you going to get Dying Light 2? Or excuse me, darn it, I keep messing up. Dead Island 2. Are you getting Dead Island 2?
Well, I told you in the last podcast I pre-ordered the Hell A edition. So
that's right. And what console do you have?
I'm not getting it. I pre-ordered it, and I'm just going to tell them, you keep it.
Yeah, on second thought, I don't know. That's funny. I'm excited.
It,
I just hope it's not. I hope it's not a buggy, glitchy thing on release, because this leads me to the topic I really wanted to mention first, which was Hogwarts Legacy, and the fact that so many video games coming out now are just broken and just complete jank and garbage on release. Are you looking forward to Hogwarts Legacy? And if so, what do you think it'll work? Because apparently people have played it. They say it's pretty darn good.
Well, I'm more of a Lord of the Rings than Harry Potter person. So no, I'm not getting it.
Okay.
But I'm, but I don't know. It could be decent, like some games just don't get the attention they need, I guess. And
yeah. Well, look at Lego Star Wars,
I think some that, every game has a bug at least when it's released, I'm sure Dying Light had plenty when it came out first in 2015.
Yeah.
So, fortunately for me, I got the definitive edition, so I've got all the DLCs and up to now with the updates and stuff. So
yeah, well, that's good. So you're not getting Hogwarts Legacy, but I guess you did mention Lord of the Rings. There is a Lord of the Rings game coming out. I think this year still, unless they delay it. I'm pretty sure they will. There's not really any gameplay yet, but it's called of course, the Lord of the Rings Gollum. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, to be honest, I haven't really paid attention to any Lord of the Rings games for a long time.
Okay. Well, there haven't been that many, so.
But, I don't know, it sounds like, if it's based on Gollum, then he must be the main character you play as. Mm-hmm. And, I don't know, it's kind of hard to picture how Gollum would work, because I don't see him being able to put on armor and then, crawl around with all this armor and a sword on and then start slashing orcs all for his juicy, sweet fish.
Yeah, I don't see how that
or
would
whatever.
I'm imagining it'll be like Lego Lord of the Rings and Lego The Hobbit, where he just kind of like you said, crawls around like a dog. But I don't know, man. I love Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit as much as the next guy. But I don't know. You know what I mean? Shadow of Mordor, that game works because you're running around as a dude with a sword and can do stealth and all that. Gollum just, I don't know. It just seems weird.
Well, Gollum can pick up rocks and hit orcs with over the head with them, I guess. So
yeah, that's true. I guess that would be stealth.
But yeah, but we'll wait and see. I mean, we may be very underestimating what it'll look like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the last good Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth game was Lego The Hobbit back in 2014. I mean, I didn't play Shadow of War, so that could be it. I don't know if you've played the Shadow games, but...
No. The last game I played that was Lord of the Rings, like, in terms of when it was released, that would have been probably Lego Lord of the Rings.
Wow, 2012, huh?
So, that's because, I think at the time I just needed a new game to play, and, I figured Lord of the Rings was cool, and, so...
Yeah, perfect.
Last game I played, not counting when it was released, is Battle for Middle-earth 2 for 360. I ordered that on eBay because I wanted to play it, and it's basically like those strategy games where you have to build your villages, and then you have an enemy faction you have to wipe off the map.
That sounds kind of neat.
So yeah, that's what I played, and it does feature Gollum, but he's not a playable character. He's an NPC that if you kill him, you get the one ring, and then you can either have Galadriel or Sauron, depending on what faction you were on.
That's cool.
So, yeah, it is a pretty fun game, but this was before The Hobbit, so a lot of the Hobbit locations don't look quite right.
Yeah.
Like Erebor looks more like just a king's hall as opposed to the mining thing that we see in The Hobbit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I've played. And speaking of Lord of the Rings, that was one of my topics, just the token verse. So you say The Hobbit is your favorite movies, but how about if you've read any of the books, what's your favorite book?
So I have the Fellowship of the Ring as a book, but I never read it. I gave it to my cousin to read. She never gave it back to me, so I don't think I'm getting that back. But in terms of books I have read, I did read The Hobbit because I had to read it for high school. My English teacher was like, "Hey, read you have a choice between this and other crap," and I'm like, well, obviously I'm choosing The Hobbit. So I read that, and it's a lot shorter, as you know. Peter Jackson kind of...
it's more simpler than the movies.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because, Peter Jackson's like, I'm going to make this a friggin' trilogy. And, I mean, Tauriel, she's not even in the books. So, there's a lot of liberties taken.
All the dwarves, too, they're all like the same, kind of, except for different colored clothes. Whereas in the film, they had to make them more unique looking.
Right. Yeah, so, I mean, it was a good book. It's just, not as long of a story, but it was pretty good.
Kind of bummed out that like when I read The Hobbit, I liked the spider chapter where Bilbo's killing all the spiders, and I was looking forward to that. But in the movie, even the dwarves are killing the spiders, and I'm like, that's not right. That's Bilbo's moment to shine.
Yeah, what the heck? Stupid Tolkien, get it right.
Not Jesus. Tolkien, Jackson.
Oh, yeah, right. Stupid Jackson.
Tolkien's the one who made up the cool chapter.
Yeah, right. Well, speaking of stupid Peter Jackson, we got to see a Tintin 2 up in here. But anyway, I need to read the Lord of the Rings books for sure.
Yeah. Well, I think I'd say The Hobbit's probably the better one. Well, or I shouldn't say better. I should say my favorite, because it was... I tried to read Lord of the Rings, and I did, but I don't know. When I was reading it, it's kind of, because of the length of the whole trilogy of the books, I kind of don't find myself getting too into it like I did with The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Like, the action is really described in The Hobbit, like, when it says, and then Bilbo throws rocks at, some spiders and calls and keeps saying Addercop or whatever.
Yeah.
But you don't read things like that in the Lord of the Rings. It's like almost reading a dictionary that's a story.
Yeah. Yo,
If
I mean, like
that makes any sense.
It does. I mean, one of my family members gave me the Silmarillion, which is like basically the Middle Earth Bible, and I got like 4 pages.
Yeah, that's like way before Lord of the Rings. That's like the beginning of whatever Lord of the Rings came out of, almost.
Yeah, that's like the beginning of the whole lore.
When Galadriel was a little girl, basically.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I got 4 pages and I said, "Screw this! It's crazier than the Bible." So I'm like, I'm not even trying. But I guess Rings of Power. That is a show. I don't know if you have the streaming service because I don't. But
of course not.
Yeah, I know. Oh man, because I've heard it's horrible, and I heard it's not even close to the books. It's like all political.
Of course,
so
it's not either, because they just they found an opportunity to make more Lord of the Rings, and of course they shove the W word in there a lot.
Yeah, which is I mean, it's like I don't know. It is what it is, I guess.
I mean,
I
prefer Tariel over whatever they did with Rings of Power any day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, for sure. Same here. Oh, but what are you gonna do, right?
Yes. So, what's your favorite location in Lord of the Rings and Hobbit? Like, mine is Minas Tirith, because I would just love to live in that city.
Yeah. Oh man, that's tough.
The way it's designed is just awesome.
Yeah. Minas Tirith, however you say it. I think that's cool. Man, what else? I mean.
Do you like Erebor, since you like The Hobbit more than Lord of the Rings?
I like Erebor, but it's kind of too big. I feel like I get lost.
Yeah, well, all that
where's the
gold,
I'd say,
right?
where's the bathroom? And yeah. I could pee on all the gold. I'd probably find a dragon. It would kill me. So I don't know. That's a tough one. Maybe Minas Tirith as well, because I wanted to say Minas Morgul, but that's kind of evil.
Well, it's not too bad. I mean, I think the design also is pretty cool, and maybe like Minas Ithil, which is what Minas Morgul used to be called.
Yeah.
Maybe Minas Ithil, when it didn't have all the orc spikes all decorated on it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's too green.
Yeah, but. So
I love all the places. Like, I want either a Lego Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, like both combined, where like similar to like the Skywalker saga with that angle, that camera angle, and that like sense of immersion. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Either Lego Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, something like that.
All of Middle Earth, not just 3 Lord of the Rings locations or Hobbit, but
exactly
all of it.
Lego the Middle Earth saga, right?
Yeah. But
what are your thoughts on Lego the Hobbit and the Battle of the Five Armies DLC, which they swore up and down they'd make, and then they never friggin' made it?
Well, I never played Lego the Hobbit, mainly for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of it's a stab in the back without stabbing in the back.
It really is. And trust me, because I played it like specifically like, oh man, I'm going to watch the 3rd movie and then play it in a month.
It's like they decided to be Smeagol at first, and then they turned into Gollum.
Exactly.
About it.
They've done that a couple times. I think Lego Worlds, they promised we were going to get DLC for Lego Worlds. That never happened. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that TT Games haven't done, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lego games, I guess we'll transition to that. What Lego game that we already have, so like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Indiana Jones, whatever, that isn't Star Wars because we just got Skywalker Saga, what older Lego game do you want to see be kind of like remade into a Skywalker Saga type experience?
Well, I wouldn't mind personally. You've said, I think it was in the first podcast we did, how they like to do superheroes a lot. Mm-hmm. But I think I'd like to see all 3 Lego Marvel games in one, and have all the movie designs, but in Lego Marvel 1's New York open world. Ooh. And maybe also have, of course, all the characters from all 3 games in there.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
You know, like, I think Morbius is in Lego Marvel 2, but he's not in the first one. And then, you know, except for Lego Marvel 1, the X-Men and Fantastic Four are nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So, yeah, just maybe like a combination of all 3 in one game instead of like a collection, an actual one game.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
I think that would be kind of cool. And, you know, like what they could do is it could still be the 3 separate, you know, like story modes and stuff, but like what the roster is universal, so you can use it on all 3. You know, like you could use the Lego Marvel 1 characters on Lego Avengers or, you know, whatever.
Okay.
And
so it's like a Disney Infinity thing, but with Lego Marvel.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, because you're like, oh, you can take a year 1, or I guess Lego Dimensions, where you can play as Jake the dog in Simpsons. I think that'd be kind of cool to combine the character rosters. That'd be sick. I personally want an Indiana Jones because we're getting a new movie in June. I think that'd be amazing.
Yeah,
that would be what they could do.
Actually, that would be good to see too. I admit, because you know, Indiana Jones has been so neglected by the video game industry.
It has. I think we're getting another one from Bethesda, but I don't know. I heard it's like an online-only thing. I don't know. But, yeah, another Lego indie game. Like, you know, imagine, like, you can get on, like, a horse with the Skywalker Saga camera angle and just, like, drive around. You know, freaking whatever. Roam around in the desert or get on a motorbike. I mean, I'm one of those people that loves Crystal Skull. So, you know, to play as all 5 movies in one game, I mean, it seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Go from, what's it called? Yale University, where Indy works. Go from there all the way to Akator, and then into the Temple of Doom from there. And then
Yo, you're making me excited for this thing. Stop.
You know, and then go to the... Yeah, okay.
No, don't.
I was gonna say, then go into the Crescent, the Mount Canyon of the Crescent Moon, where the Holy Grail is. Yeah. And then, you know, spend all eternity guarding the Grail.
Well, yeah, that'd be the end game, right? After you beat the game.
Yeah,
that's funny. So I don't know if you saw my video, but.
I think that would be, if you beat the game, that would be a great room for all your mini kits to be collected in.
Oh, yeah.
Like, instead of all the different grails that kill you, it would just be all the mini kits that you collected, all just in like a, you know, an exhibit almost in that room where the knight is. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be cool. A lot of good ideas over here.
You
for sure.
see the crystal skull next to that gold idol from Raiders, and then just kind of drop your jaw for a couple of seconds.
That's awesome. I would kill for that. That'd be amazing. Now, since we're talking on TT Games, one of my other topics here is I don't know if you saw my video, but apparently there was going to be a Lego Disney game, and apparently they canceled it because it was again, I keep saying apparently, it was garbage, according to this leak, which I don't get that, because, you know, I've never played a Lego game from them that has been garbage.
I didn't watch the video, but I saw it in my notifications. I don't remember what the game was supposedly called, but I saw it said leaked news about Lego whatever.
Yeah, so that was the thing, is that it was going to be a Lego Disney game, and then apparently they canceled that, and now they're so-called working on Lego Batman 4, which is not confirmed.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
However, one of the devs, Steven Sharples, he was on Twitter, and he tweeted, and he was like, man, there's a lot of leaks going around, and he linked to the article that was talking about Lego Batman 4, And then, as I was filming my video in real time, I checked the Twitter, and Steven deleted his tweet, and he actually deleted his entire Twitter account. So normally when people say something online and then they delete it, it's because it's true. So apparently we're getting Lego Batman 4. What are your thoughts on that?
My only thought is I hope that it is like Lego Batman 2 for reasons I'll explain. With Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga technology, or
like the engine, so to speak.
Well, yeah, technology, I guess, is the best I can think of, but with all the camera angles and stuff. But like Lego Batman 2, where surprise, surprise, enemies show up all over the place. In the hub.
That's one of my favorite things about open world games. I think if you make an open world game with weapons and enemies, they have to respawn, because then it's just going to be boring. But you hit the nail on the head.
Or just random spawns. They don't have to respawn, just random spawns. Like maybe on the top of the Wayne Tower, you have some goons, and then you go over to the Arkham Asylum, and then some more guys show up or whatever.
Cool, yeah, because I think one
or
of the
they
negatives
just spawn out of the ground all over the place.
Yeah, right. I think one of the negatives of Lego Batman 3 was just the open world itself, and maybe it's a hot take, but I feel like those lantern planets were fun, but because of the camera angle, it was like Super Mario Galaxy-esque. It got boring for me in like 5 minutes, because it's like you saw everything in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? So if Lego Batman 4
the only
is legit,
fun planet I liked was the green one, where you actually could use vehicles.
Oh yeah, what's it called?
But even then, you like, it's like, what am I doing with this thing except driving around in circles?
What's that planet
There's
called?
no enemy cars to blow up or enemies to run over.
Yeah, that's like, I mentioned it before, but I know. Yeah, just getting studs all day.
So,
which, I mean, it's fun, but yeah, I think like the Far Cry games are a good example. I don't know if you played Far Cry, but like the open
played
worlds
the
are great.
second one.
Okay, that was in Africa, right?
I guess so. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. I only got it because the map creator was apparently cool.
Oh, okay.
Could like make lakes and ponds in the ground or something. But I don't remember it. It was a long time ago.
Okay. Well, like the Far Cry games, they're fun. I played 3, 4, 5, and New Dawn, and each one, great open world design, really fun campaigns, good combat. But the weirdest thing is that when you beat the game, there's no enemies, except like that you can retake the bases. But if you exclude the bases, just the normal open world, it's a friggin' bore fest. I mean, there's nothing to do. They give you all these badass guns, and they're like, "Oh, here's your skill tree, and you're such a cool person now." But there's no one to fight, so it's like, what's the point? So
that brings me back to Dying Light. One of the things I liked about it over Dead Island was there were way more zombies. In Dead Island, I think you saw my previous podcast that we did, where there was like only like a handful of zombies everywhere I went.
Yes,
and
I remember that.
But in Dying Light, there's like an actual horde almost everywhere you go.
Oh yeah,
especially in the Old Town and the Following. So
yeah, well, the Following's really cool because you get that cool buggy.
Yeah, actually, I used that a little in my gameplay too. So,
oh, sweet!
It's kind of I retrofitted it a little. So,
okay, I'll have to take a look. Subscribers, I know you don't have to watch. You don't have to watch the entire podcast again. But guys, go check out his video because it sounds awesome.
Yeah, I got this other bundle, surprise, surprise, called Retro Wave or something, and it makes there's a paint for the buggy that makes it look like it makes it basically glow like purple and aqua color or cyan.
Okay.
And yeah, you'll see it when you see me using my buggy, but it's a pretty cool paint job. I haven't swapped it since I equipped it, so yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad
there's
you
so
bought it,
many
though.
things
I'm glad you like the
I
game.
do like about it, minus all the cons.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, again, the zombies they're annoying, which brings me also to the virals. They're the worst.
Yes. They give you panic attacks.
But I like the fact that when you fight the zombies, it's an actual horde and not just like 4 or 5, like in Dead Island.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, the virals are appear way too much that you can't pay attention for more than 10 seconds before suddenly you've got 3 more running at you, especially in the following. In Old Town, they don't seem to be that bad. They come out of, manhole covers and stuff, but
yeah, they get the blood pumping for sure.
Yeah, but
full on panic mode.
But so I had another topic, Spider-Man, and you said you don't like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Like, you don't hate it, apparently, but you don't like it. So what about those movies besides Tobey Maguire's acting that you don't like? What do you like about them? Do you like the villains? Do you like the costume designs?
I like a lot of it. I think that I think what the best thing about that Sam Raimi trilogy is, I think Sam Raimi's a great director, right? I've seen all the Evil Dead. Evil Dead's one of my favorite franchises of all time. Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. Doctor Strange 2. So he's a great director, and he's very good at directing in that trilogy. I think that that trilogy's it's weird because it captures a sense of comic bookness that the MCU doesn't, or like like Deadpool or X-Men from Fox. It feels like maybe this could be looked at as a negative, but it feels like they're on sets as opposed, it feels like the New York City is like a set as opposed to like a real location. It feels like you're reading a comic book. It feels not fake, but it feels hokey in the best way because you're like, oh man, I'm reading like a cheesy comic book, but that's what gives it its unique charm. It's not the most serious trilogy of superhero-ness.
But they did a good job with it because, like, first time we ever saw Doc Ock in live action and Sandman, and as poorly as he was done in terms of the concept of it, like just the way he was done, Venom too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I think the villains are really good. I think. It's testament, right? Because
Spider-Man's outfit, you have to admit, is pretty good too, even if the eyes don't enlarge like in the cartoons or whatever.
Yeah, that would have been a cool detail.
But I don't know. It's what got me into Spider-Man, so I'm not heavily biased over it. I mean, looking back, I can see some things about it that are ridiculous, but I can kind of laugh at them, like in Spider-Man 3 when Peter's walking down the street like some guy that's high and he's just dancing around, and
yeah,
like if you did that in public, I'm sure you'd get a good beating before you knew it.
Yeah, you get punched,
especially in New York.
Oh yeah, don't do that there.
So, but yeah, I like the villains in it. I liked, I thought Mary Jane was good in the first one, and then she kind of have mixed feelings about the other two because on the one hand, she's wants Peter to care about her and stuff. On the other hand, she acts like a prick sometimes towards him.
Yeah, Peter, love me. Yeah.
So, but
I love the scene where MJ's face. She's in that play, and there's like a billion posters of her face all over the place, and Peter has to walk past it.
Yeah,
that's kind of funny.
It's like, see, I'm still here. I'm still here. And he's just like, oh, jeez.
Just rub it in further. Push the knife in deeper.
But I like the action is better in that trilogy though than it was in the MCU Spider-Man because he actually fights.
Yeah.
Whereas it's not until the last one that you see actually Peter fight.
Oh, like actually punching, not just like throwing webs.
Yeah, like you see in Homecoming, he's always dodging, and I think he kicks Vulture once when he like launches into the air, and that's about it. But you don't see him actually like have like an aerial, beat like aerial exchanging blows kind of thing.
Yeah.
You see Vulture punching him when he's got him on the ground. He's just like punching him in the face. So, if Peter's not using all of his strength, I'm sure it could be a fair fight. Yeah, and it's Michael Keaton, weird so to see. He can take a punch or two.
Yeah, he's Spider-Man. He's good. And
he was Batman, so he knows how to fight.
Yeah,
he's not just some old guy.
Yeah. So speaking of Batman,
yeah, it's a good one.
I need to rewatch them. I have to for sure. Yeah. Like I said, I don't hate them, but they're not like my favorite thing ever. But I definitely
kind of like your Attack of the Clones in Star Wars.
Yeah, it's like the prequel trilogy. I love it, but I don't hate it either. It's weird.
Oh, yeah.
But my last topic I have here for today is, of course, DC. Now, because you mentioned Michael Keaton, so I had to. Apparently, Jesus, I'm trying to think. Yeah, James Gunn, the Guardians of the Galaxy dude. He goes on. He said, "Hey, Superman's back." Oh, just kidding. I fired him. And then he's making all this garbage, and now we're getting the new DCU, and I'm gonna have a separate video on it. But have you heard about the new stuff they're doing with like Superman and all that? What are your thoughts on the new DC continuity?
I've heard about it. I haven't been paying attention to it. I mean, I'm more of a Marvel person than DC. Although Batman used to be my hero before Marvel kind of kicked him out of my head. But yeah, I heard about that Henry Cavill or whatever, he got booted, and pretty much everybody that we know from the DC universe has gotten booted. Even Brendan, what's his name? Brendan Fraser got kicked off of Doom Patrol.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it didn't. Because my name is Brendan, so I thought you were talking about me. Oh, didn't.
Yeah, totally.
Didn't Brendan Fraser get kicked off of like Batgirl?
I don't know.
I think he was playing Firefly.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't paid much attention to the DC universe, so
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, they're kind of doing all the wrong stuff. Yeah. But here's hoping James Gunn can
after I stopped watching the Arrowverse.
I never started watching.
Oh, well, it's good, but after season 6 of Arrow and all the other shows that kind of are in that same year, I just kind of decided not to watch anymore. Because especially with Batwoman coming out and learning that she was a lesbian, I decided, I'm not gonna entertain this anymore.
All this stuff. My uncle was saying, "Oh, it gets really woke and gets really bad and stupid." So, plus, I mean, Jesus, have you seen that CGI half the time? It looks like kindergarten work.
Well, it's not. I mean, for a TV show compared to if it was like movies, then it's kind of reasonable. But some of it does kind of look wonky. Like there's a crossover where they fight aliens, and sometimes the aliens look more like pre-viz gears.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's good up to a certain point, and then that's when you have to decide to quit.
Yeah. See, that's the worst, though. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks when you really like something, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm done now."
Yeah. Well, it was like that for me with Pokemon. I stopped after Black and White.
The games, you mean, or like the show?
Games. Well, kind of the shows. I mean, I sort of watched them online. I think on YouTube or something a long time ago. But yeah, the games, because between. Well, for one thing, I like to cheat on Pokemon games because there's guys that I want to get that I can't.
Yeah,
that I have to cheat to get because they're legendaries that require a certain event, or you just can't get them because for whatever reason they didn't want them to be in the game. In that game, so you can't, transfer from old games or whatever. You could do that in Phase 4, but in Phase 5, which is Black and White, you couldn't. So, or no, you could, yeah.
That's how they get you to buy them, right?
Yeah, but I stopped. I didn't get X and Y or Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire or whatever. I'm kind of Pokemon'd out.
Yeah, I mean, look, I played the games when I was a kid. I haven't played a Pokemon game in God knows how long. I still like the show. I think Detective Pikachu is a fantastic film, but that's my extent.
Yeah, it'd be great if they made another Pokemon movie in Detective Pikachu style.
Yeah, like live
now
action.
That they've now that they've crossed that bridge, they can't just go back. They gotta do something else now.
Oh yeah,
with live action.
Well, I mean, look at the.
There's so many Pokemon that they need to show now.
Yeah, there's 10 trillion. They gotta hit 10 trillion in there now. Jesus, but I mean, just look at Sonic the Hedgehog. That got 2 movies. What else?
And I think there's a third one, isn't there? Probably.
I think it's coming in a few years.
If it was famous enough.
Yeah, Sonic 3 is definitely happening. But I mean, I even like the Assassin's Creed movie. I mean, maybe I'm weird, but
I haven't seen that one.
I think it's good. Have you played the games?
That has the guy that played as young Magneto, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I know about it.
I don't know. I think it's all right. Everyone wants to crucify me for liking it, but I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah. Well, maybe you can save them from all their sins.
Exactly. I'll be a martyr for Assassin's Creed.
So, yeah. And so, last topic. I've got a couple more, but you probably don't have time. So, last one.
Something to look forward to for next time.
I'll let you choose one of these 3.
Okay.
It's Thanos MCU, Halo series, or MonsterVerse.
Let's do the Halo stuff.
Okay. So, what Halos have you played?
So, me and Halo go back. We have kind of a weird history.
Yeah.
I started playing Halo before I got into Call of Duty and Battlefront and all that. I played Halo 3 ODST or something.
Yeah.
I got Halo Reach, but the disc was broke, so I said screw it. And then I want to get the Halo Master Chief Collection, but I don't know, maybe you can help me actually answer this, but I don't know the status of the offline bots for those games. I know you can fight these weird bug guys, but I want to fight, people, not like insects. So I haven't seen the show. You know, I don't have Paramount Plus.
MCC, well, Halo in general, it doesn't have bots ever, but Halo Reach and ODST have what's called Firefight, and you can customize in the MCC. You can customize them, so you can choose what weapons you start off with, and if you want infinite ammo or not. And you can also choose what enemies you want to fight. So if you just want a whole 3 sets of hunters and nothing else, you can do that. I think in Halo Reach there's about 10 maps.
Wow.
And then in Halo ODST there's maybe 11 or 12. But some couple of the maps in ODST both have a day and night, so.
Oh, that's cool. So it kind of like doubles the maps in a sense.
Yeah, that's
cool.
only some of them, like not all of them. But you know, it's fun if you want to play a survival mode and actually win for a change.
Yeah.
And if you just wanna you know, blow off some steam and shoot aliens. You know, no objective except to just get to the end of the waves. You know, it's fun for doing that, and you know, like you can spawn with whatever weapon you decide. So you could either have random or specific weapons you want to spawn with. And in ODST anyway, you can have regenerating grenades.
Oh, that's cool.
And and you can even use a golf club in Firefight.
No, why not? Right?
Kind of acts like a gravity hammer if you've used one of those in Halo 3.
I think doesn't it go into like third person when you use that?
No, it's well, you said you've played ODST, so I'm assuming you've probably fought chieftains when you played. So some of the chieftains have a hammer that they come at you with, and you can pick the hammer up after you kill them, assuming it doesn't go over the edge.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just run around with it, and golf club. It's called the 7-wood in the game for some reason.
Okay.
It's a golf club, and it basically acts exactly like the gravity hammer. You know, it has the same area of effect and melee animations.
No, that's cool.
It's a golf club. Look to it.
I haven't played it in years and years, so I don't quite remember, but yeah. I'm sure I ran into that situation.
So, but yeah, you know, it's good, you know, if you want to just blow off steam, like I said, or if you want to play all 6 original stories like Halo 1, 2, 3, ODST, Reach, and 4. It's all 6 of them are in one package. Or if you just wanna kill aliens without any real objective, and you don't want to die so easily, you can tweak the options in Firefight and make it so like you have 2,000 damage resistance.
That's sick. Now, have you played the new Halo?
You still automatically die if you go out of bounds, but
yeah, can't break the rules too much.
No, but.
Have you played the new Halo game?
No.
Okay.
What I've heard of... I haven't played anything past Halo 4. I haven't played 5. And apparently 343 are being real idiots now with Halo. Like, Halo 5 didn't have split screen in it. And Halo Infinite, apparently, they were gonna have... split screen local multiplayer, and then they decided to cancel that several months ago. So, you know,
nice job, guys.
I'm not missing anything if they've canceled or they never had it, you know.
Yeah, that's true. But
yeah.
Anyway, I think I gotta call it here. But it was a lot of fun for sure,
that's
man.
Fine. Yeah, have to do another one, and hopefully, it'd be nice to do one as long as our second one was.
How long was that one?
Well, you had a cough, and that was about an hour and 18 minutes, I think.
You put me through it for an hour and 28.
Oh, apparently. I mean, we were too busy getting into it, so
yeah,
we weren't watching the time.
Yeah. No, that's great. I'm only because I am, college homework and all this other
I know.
garbage. But no, those other two topics, I can't wait to talk about them next time. And also, I have to mention that I want to do the podcast sooner rather than later because, Echo and I are watching Ninjago. We do one like every few weeks, and we're not doing that, so we got to do it sooner rather than later, like I said.
Yeah, that's fine. So. Well, instead of the next 3 months from now, what would work? Well, we'll talk about it when we're done here.
Yeah, but anyway, I had a lot of fun as always. And make sure to subscribe to myself and Recon Trooper, you guys. And also, hey, check out both of our videos on both of our channels because, again, it's going to have different gameplay. But, had a great time. Cannot wait to do more. And I'm sure we'll have a lot more fun topics for the next next podcast.
Yeah, I hope so, too. So later, folks.
All right, we'll see you guys. And, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like on both of our videos. And we'll see you guys in the next video.